viewers, welcome to UKENTV. I'm so glad you joined us here because we are at the Hilton Parkland Hotel. It's the 12th of December 2012. Yes, Jamhuri Day. Kenyans, friends of Kenya, diplomats, all here joining together to celebrate this big day. 49 years after Kenya received its independence. Yes, we are so excited. And first, viewers, I would like you to hear what the Kenya High Commissioner to the UK, His Excellency Ephraim Ngare, had to say to the attendees here at this prestigious event.
Today is Jamhuri Day in Kenya, and Jamhuri Day is the single most important day in the history of Kenya because it reminds us of the momentous day in 1963 when Kenya attained her political independence. On this day, Kenyans from all walks of life, wherever they are, do take time to reflect and take stock of the state of our nation, and also to chart the way forward and prospects for the future. During the last 49 years, for example, a lot has been achieved in several of our socio-economic sectors, such as in education, with more than 10.5 children enjoying free primary education, and massive expansion in our accessible and affordable health care facilities, resulting in a rise in a life expectancy of 64 years. In Kenya today, we have also witnessed massive growth in our cooperative movement, with 13,000 registered cooperatives and with a total savings of about 230 billion Kenya shillings and a membership of approximately 10.1 million. We have also made major progress in the rapid development of our human resources, with 40 universities to date. As a result, Kenya today has abundant skilled manpower and a strong work ethics. Also, since 1963, and especially during the last 10 years, the government has made massive investments in infrastructural development throughout the whole country. This includes roads, railways, airports, and also the 8-lane Thika super highway. And all this is good for rapid economic growth of our country. Other key milestones includes the following. Kenya today is a fully wired and interconnected through 4 fiber optic cables with a total of 29 million active cell phone numbers. We also have 20 million users of mobile money and 15 million of internet users, thanks largely to smartphones. Kenya is also currently developing a ultra-modern ICT technology city at Konza in Athi River area on the way to Mombasa. The above ICT technology city, when completed, will have the latest ICT infrastructure aimed at making Kenya the ICT hub of Africa, commonly being referred to as the Africa's Silicon Savannah. The Jomo Kenyatta International Airport is also currently under massive expansion involving the construction of a new Greenfield International Airport terminal, what we refer to as Terminal 4, that will enable the airport to handle over 10 million passengers. A new modern rail service from Syokimau, that is at the river, to Nairobi City was opened for service last month. And this was the first major railway construction by Kenya since the attainment of our independence in 1963. Other achievements realized include expansion in rural electrification, the energy sector, expansion of tourism facilities, irrigation projects in our arid and semi-arid areas, improvements in the agricultural sector, and especially in the horticultural products and fresh flowers, expansion in manufacturing, wholesale and retail trade, business process outsourcing, and financial services, with 57 banks operating in Kenya today. The various Kenyan banks have also opened several regional branches in all the 5 East African countries and southern Sudan. We have also made huge advances in gender policies, expansion in our democratic space, the upholding of fundamental human rights in general, and youth and women empowerment through setting up of various youth employment generating programs, women enterprise and youth funds, among others. In Kenya today, we also have a very vibrant media that is free to discuss any topic without fear, and a very active civil society, which is also essential for the advancement of democratic principles. In terms of peace and stability, I'm pleased to recall that since the attainment of our independence in 1963, Kenya continues to remain the beacon of peace and stability in the region. Kenya, as an anchor state within the region, also continues to adhere to the well-established foreign policy of maintaining good neighborliness with all our neighbors. Kenya has also continued to play the role of a key regional maker, including, of course, the midwifing of the famous comprehensive peace agreement that brought about the end of civil war in Sudan, southern Sudan. Again, because of our strategic geographical location, Kenya has and continues to be the natural gateway to the eastern and the Great Lakes region, with its fairly well-developed northern transport corridor that links Kenya to 11 other neighboring countries, including Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, DRC, Congo, Ethiopia, and southern Sudan. At the multilateral level, Kenya continues to be the epicenter of the UN peacemaking and humanitarian activities within the Eastern and Central Africa region. Kenya also hosts the global headquarters of both the United Nations Environment Programme and Habitat. Kenya therefore continues to play a critical role within the region, both bilaterally and multilaterally, as the regional hub in transport, diplomatic, financial, and commercial activities. In the fight against piracy of the Indian Ocean, Kenya continues to play a key frontline role with the aim of securing the key sea commercial and energy routes in the Indian Ocean rim. With regard to our new constitution, One of the greatest achievements ever realized in independent Kenya has been the adoption of a brand new constitution, which was promulgated by His Excellency the President on the 27th of August 2010. All Kenyans agree that following the adoption of the new constitution, which is actively being implemented, Kenya has been transformed for good. For example, this constitution has radically changed the country's governance, its legislative, judicial, administrative, and policy-making structures, as well as its democratic and human rights architecture. The Constitution also bestows a strong Bill of Rights and guarantees their ability to demand good governance and accountability from the leadership. In Kenya today, we have for the first time a truly independent judiciary that does not receive any orders from the executive. We also enjoy the rule of law, which is guaranteed by the independent judiciary, and respect for the principle of separation of powers. The Constitution has set up a new leadership and integrity code, popularly referred to as Chapter 6 of the new Constitution, and anybody hoping to occupy public positions in Kenya will be looked upon on the basis of merit, competence, vision, and integrity. With regard to our next year's election that is going to be held within the next 2 months, Kenya's first election under the new constitution will take place on the 4th of March 2013. That is in two months' time. And the government is committed to holding a credible, transparent, free, and fair election. The government has also put in place the necessary institutions, including, of course, a brand new independent electoral and boundaries commission, and also the necessary legislative structures to ensure that this commitment is achieved. Again, the year 2013 will be a transitional year for Kenya from a centralized government to a devolved system of government. The transition will involve empowering all the 47 county governments that are going to be created that will be charged with the responsibility of managing the affairs of the people of Kenya at the grassroots level. And this will be a very fundamental change as far as Kenya is concerned, because in the past the country was governed from Nairobi. But now they will be governed from 47 counties that are going to be created throughout the whole country. In terms of national leadership, the year 2013 will also witness a transition in national leadership. His Excellency the Hon. Mwai Kibaki, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces of the Republic of Kenya, will be retiring and leaving the national political scene after serving for 2 full terms as the President of the Republic of Kenya. And as a matter of fact, today, when he was delivering his keynote address today, he also took the advantage to remind Kenyans that he is set to retire immediately after the next year's general elections, which is going to take place in 2 months' time. Your Excellencies, in terms of Kenya-UK relations, I'm pleased to reiterate that the two countries continue to enjoy unique and long-standing friendly relations, deeply rooted in very close friendly ties. It is Kenya's strong commitment and desire to strengthen these strong bonds of friendship and excellent relations even further for the mutual benefit of our two countries. Such excellent cooperation and friendship between Kenya and the United Kingdom was demonstrated in June this year during Her Majesty the Queen's Diamond Jubilee celebrations. Kenya played an active role throughout all these celebrations, including electing a beacon at the famous treetops Aberdares in Nyeri, where Her Majesty was residing when she learned of her ascension to the British throne following the death of her late father, King George VI, in 1952. Kenya also joined the United Kingdom in ensuring the successful holding of the recent London 2012 Olympics and Paralympic Games in August this year. Both Team GB and Team Kenya did very well during the above games. Both Kenya and the United Kingdom also continue to work together in many other areas, such as in the fight against terrorism, counter-terrorism, defense cooperation, cooperation on various humanitarian issues, and in efforts aimed at normalizing Somalia, together with the African Union AMISOM forces. Excellencies, it is also pleasing to note that our excellent relations with the United Kingdom also continue to find eloquent expression in our very close cultural and sporting ties, and especially during Commonwealth Games that we are soon going to hold in Scotland. Such cultural links have also been reinforced by the presence of sizable diasporas in both countries, including, of course, the presence of well over 3,000 Kenyan students pursuing advanced studies in the various UK universities. At the bilateral level, both Kenya and the United Kingdom continue to enjoy excellent commercial relations. For example, on 31st July this year, the Kenya High Commission here in London organized the first ever Kenya-UK Investment Summit at the Lord Mayor's official residence at the Mansion House here in London, and which was also addressed by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya. This was the first ever such event to be organized here in London, where ready to invest in projects in 5 key sectors on infrastructure, on energy, on ICT, real estate, and agriculture were presented to more than 360 UK as well as international investors. During the above events, key government ministries and agencies and the private sector, Kenya Private Sector Alliance representatives, together with the decision makers, interacted with the key global business sectors. One of the key outcomes of the above Kenya-UK investment event was the drafting of a cooperation agreement or memorandum of understanding between the UK city and the Kenya Capital Markets Authority, and which is being finalized for signature very soon. The above MOU is intended to drive the agenda that will help Nairobi become an international financial center and serving the financial needs of businesses within the East and African region from the city UK. We sincerely hope that the above major initiative will help in increasing trade and investments between the two countries. On the current state of the Kenyan economy, I'm pleased to mention here that the government continues to implement the country's long-term development blueprint under Vision 2030 as launched in 2008, that is expected to transform our country into a middle-income country with a high quality of life by the year 2030. About 20 flagship projects have been identified for implementation, including massive infrastructural development projects, development in education, tourism, agriculture, manufacturing, wholesale and retail, business process outsourcing, and financial services. Our country's economic performance has also been positive. In 2011, for example, our country's economy grew by 5.5%, and the prediction for 2012, that is this year, stands at 4.3. Kenya's economic future also looks bright following recent discoveries by the UK Tullow Oil of substantial deposits of oil and also commercially viable discoveries of coal and iron ore deposits. We are also pleased to note that to date, Kenya's international credit rating remains at B+ and is set to still improve. On regional integration, we are delighted to note that the 5 East African countries of Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, and Burundi are committed to the cause of regional integration. The sole purpose of this integration is to enable potential investors to consider the East African region as a single economic bloc with a viable market of 140 million people, and which they should take advantage of to invest in. Before concluding my remarks, may I take this opportunity to say to you all season's greetings and my best wishes for the festive season and a happy and prosperous New Year. Can I now appeal to all of you to fill in your glasses so that we can have a toast for Her Majesty the Queen, and also His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Hon Mwai Kibaki, President.
Thank you.